When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pot on. Thank you for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Oh, a little surprise today. Back from the resorts of Turks and Fatso. Caicos.
You son of a bitch. Is this the only reason you have got nobody else to pick on? Oh, baby, I'm back. Dougie Fresh, the hip-shaking, money-making, tower power man of the hour, 24/7, the one your mother warned you about, getting a tan and looking F-I-N-E fine is back on Billified, baby. How are you?
I am well.
You're looking good.
I got to say, man, Turks and Caicos, and you got a little bit of a tan going there.
Yeah, because I burned the first day, which I usually do.
You got to be careful with that shit, dude.
Well, I had sunscreen on,
and still through the SPF 50, you were getting.
It wasn't 50.
No,
It was.
I'm sure
I only date 50.
No.
I should have went 80. Just like at home.
But you were out there, man. You put a picture of you on social media.
Yeah,
shirtless, standing there, arms wide open. And I go
with a towel.
No,
I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, but
who should care?
Right.
I'm in the middle of sun and fun. My good friends getting married.
Look, at some point in your life, right?
Yeah.
You're either keep hiding the parts you're insecure about, or you just walk out and go,
love me for who I am.
This is the body that got me here. And that's what you did, and I loved it. I thought that was great.
I'm gonna tell you, since January, the second week in January, I have lost 22 pounds.
Really?
Did not show in that picture. I'd actually have to lose another.
You got to feel great about that, though.
I do.
What have you been doing?
Very little exercising.
Okay.
So,
well, I mean, it's usually diet.
Yes, eating a whole lot less.
Yeah.
A lot of protein. Not a lot of protein, but just enough to fill me up and then move on.
Yeah.
Exercising in the morning. Some plank works now and just itching up just a little bit.
Doing some plank work?
Yeah, for the belly. Because if you lose your weight too fast, like these people with the Ozempic, it gets saggy.
Right.
Remember the old what was it when your mom had the wash line out back?
Yeah, right.
She had that big thing full of pins.
Yeah.
It would just hang there.
Yeah.
That's what I
always think is that,
I don't want to be
skirt.
Yes.
The meat skirt that comes out.
I don't want to be hanging over like that.
See, there are a couple thoughts I had about all this, and let's go back to the Ozempic, because I think at some point in your life you got to let go of performative youth. You just are what you are, right? And
yes.
and so be it. And I think a lot of times, attractive is attractive, but what is also attractive is a confidence and a self-security, right?
Yes, there's a whole
And
package of
that
what
is.
you like.
Right. And the other thing is, women have a lot of things that they can hide flaws with. I don't mean to sound like a misogynistic jerk, but they do. Like, when they get a little bit older, if things get a little big, you got the bathing suit with the little skirt that goes around the side, right? Kind of hides everything. You know what I mean? There ain't shit for us.
No.
There's not shit for us.
Letting it all hang out came from men.
You are fucking fat and beautiful, right? And then that's it. And I think that it becomes like it's confidence versus delusion.
Yeah, people hanging on their youth. I mean, I did an old-timer wrestling tournament 12 years ago. Got in shape for that, down to 170. And this is obvious. I've ever been 250. Now I'm down at just 227 a day on the scale.
Good.
So this, in the next 3 months, and I hate talking about this because I always feel, just do it. Don't tell everybody you're gonna do it. You do it, and then have somebody else toot your horn instead of you blowing yourself. I'm gonna lose this, and I'm gonna do that. You know, you're not doing anything.
You're speaking my language, because I often say, go forth and tell no one. And I say it that way because it was like, almost biblical in a sense, because it was Jesus. And I had this disagreement, I'll call it, with my dad philosophically on whether or not Jesus had actually said something like that. But I believe that he would heal people with leprosy or whatever, and then say, go back to your village, but tell no one that you've been healed. And because if you do, you know, Doug's going to come along and go, fuck you, that ear's going to fall off again. And then it gets in your head. And everything I believe in life really is up here. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like the way you feel about all that stuff. Yep. And that's like,
that's that Ozempic. It doesn't make you just lose weight. It gets you on a mind path
don't even talk to me about Ozempic. I have such a problem.
Okay. I'm just saying.
No.
I know people, it gets you thinking not to eat so much. It helps you that way. You just don't stick it in you and you're losing weight automatically. There's a whole process to it. But if that's what you feel, then go for it. I didn't want to do that. Some people suggested. I'm like, no, I'm going to lose weight on my own. And I do feel better.
Let me
sleeping through the night. You don't have to wake up and piss because your belly's not hanging on your bladder.
Yeah.
You know, your knees don't hurt as much.
Right.
On a long day of bartending or something.
I think you should be.
But getting back to the picture.
Yes.
You know, this is what they're doing in France with a towel around you. So I can hide my belly.
Oh, I got you.
And still have the arms.
Yeah. No, it looked like you had a lily white bowling ball there.
Yeah. But not as bad as just hanging it out. And I'm like, you know what? Why do you care? But you do.
The beach is the last honest place on earth. It really is. Oh. Because even, I mean, as I kind of joke that women have the thing, many of them do. You'll see flaws. And my favorite are the women that just don't care. I loved when I was
self-confidence is very sexy in a woman.
Well, self-confidence and almost maybe not understanding limits.
They're not worried about being judged. They like their outfit. I'm going out in there. Yeah. And I've met a lot of people in the bars, obviously.
Yeah.
And over there, and I remember some of the women that just, I like this and this is who I am. And they don't like it. They can, go to hell. They're not wearing it. They didn't pay for it.
No, but what I was going to say is I used to have a timeshare. So we would go to different places. You could, my wife at the time was great at like booking it out west and trading wherever we had in Florida. And I remember being at one family place. And this lady sitting up, like you had to swim out to like this makeshift island in the pool. And she's sitting on this thing and she has on fucking dental floss. I mean, there's nothing there. And I go, goddamn lady. And you knew nobody there dressed that way. So every woman was probably, in some way judging under their breath and all this stuff. And it seemed inappropriate for the place. But I didn't, I fully appreciated it in all its beauty. And that was fine with me. That was fine. Ozempic. Let me say something.
We can go back to something else.
No.
Well, let me tell you about my trip.
And we'll go to that in a second. Let me talk about Ozempic because you brought it up and it's too fresh. Ozempic to me is a wonderful thing for people who are really struggling to lose weight. I think that's okay. I don't have a problem with any of that stuff. But even the people, and we can think of this, and everybody probably knows of someone who had gastric bypass.
Mm-hmm.
And most people who had gastric bypass ate through it. They blew through it at some point.
You mean
most people
balloon backed up?
They put on more weight. Sometimes had problems because the mesh or whatever they put around you to constrict things. It blew out. I mean, I've known people who have done that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I think of often with Ozempic. And I truly, at my core, whatever is going to make you feel best. The human experience can be tough. Judgment can be tough. But because of that, what I'm hearing less and less of is people saying, not so much big is beautiful, but body acceptance. This is who I am. Well, don't judge me because I'm this. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. And if you said to somebody, the greatest way to really feel good about yourself and lose weight is consistency with diet and exercise. But when you said that, you were kind of an asshole because you're shaming them and you're doing this. And I'm hearing less and less from the Lizzos and the other people of the world that were kind of big and beautiful and flaunting it. And I thought, even with Lizzo, go girl, do whatever. But now they've all found Ozempic and they're all in shape and skinny, and nobody's saying that anymore. Nobody's fucking saying it. And the other thing is, I do believe, like anything in life, if you have skin in the game, it's valued more. Now, Ozempic is the or any GLP-1. I think some even coming up in a pill form. But if you're stabbing yourself with this medicine once a day, once a week, whatever it is, it does constrict your eating. And a lot of people talk about how painful it is. Like you get cramping and it's awful and you don't want to eat. So you don't eat. Look, if it helps, if you went through it, I hope you maintain it. I hope there's no real side effect because I don't know that they studied it.
There's a ton of reasons. And some people do because of their metabolism are just naturally heavy, and it's helped them. That's I don't know what percentage that is. Now I also know people that smoking hot, and they got their hands on it because they want to be even skinnier.
Yes,
and they're on their phone taking pictures.
Yes,
all day long.
No, I got it. But
there's a whole.
But the part with me is like when I say no skin in the game is you took an easy way to get to where you wanted to get. When you actually work for it, you maintain it longer. It's a lifestyle. Right? I don't know how long a GLP-1 lifestyle can go. You want to be stabbing yourself all the time with a needle? I don't know.
I get you.
And if it works for you, great. But what bothers me is the people who said diet and exercise is really the key to a longer, better life. We're often told, don't tell me how to fucking live. Love my body for the way it is. I am what I am. And now I hear less of that because those fuckers got GLP-1s. And that's the thing that I go, oh my God. They were full of shit.
When did the whole change in body and everything? I mean, when did plastic surgery come out that you could change something? Because before that, you were who you were. And
I don't know.
You had exercise. I mean, in the 80s,
yes,
fake breasts, and then it went on liposuction.
Well, now there's
nose jobs, everything. Now we've just elevate. We've just
we've
gone on
more,
for that.
We've made it more acceptable.
Right.
We've made it more accessible. I will say that
anybody can do it with money.
Well,
but in everything, there's good and bad.
Hang on.
You've seen some bad plastic surgery.
And not even that. Take it back one step before plastic surgery. How many people are getting Botox now? Even men. To get rid of I forget what they call this. There's a
wrinkles.
No, but there's an actual word for the one in between your eyes. They do their forehead. All this stuff.
Unibrow.
And that, you will see. And then you see people, women plumping up their lips and all. And I think that isn't something most men really.
I don't care for that.
Yeah,
no, I know some people get Botox to get rid of migraines.
Yep. Okay. So, I've heard of that as well, but I know, but that's not the majority. That is not even close to the majority. And it's become a business. And so what? And if it makes you feel better at the end of the day,
I don't like pumping anything into my body because I don't know what's going to happen.
You're full of shit. Look at your body. You pump a lot of stuff in there.
Jenny Light.
I'm fucking with you. But yes, I hear what you're saying. Anything that isn't outside of food or whatever. Right. Yeah, something like that. I don't want to sound like you're such an asshole. No, if it makes you feel better about you and it makes you present yourself better and you have a little more confidence and all that, that's fine. All I'm saying with the GLP-1s is I do wonder how long it goes. Because I look back to the other alternative and the people I know who ate through it, blew out. Yeah. Or like I have a relative, his name was Frank. He had one. He would leave my mother's house after like a big holiday meal and they were driving back to Albany about an hour away from my mom. And he'd come running back in and he'd be running.
To go to the bathroom.
To take a fucking dump.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why when my parents rebuilt their house, they had a powder room right off the kitchen.
Just for him.
No, it was there. Beautiful. But all of a sudden it just was like, you can't escape, and you can't escape. You understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
And so my father
nowhere to run to, babe. Here comes Charlie. So
my dad used to go all the time, let me be frank with you. Please don't, because the guy would, and it is that thing where, unfortunately, the greatest thing is discipline. I don't really have it. I've had to really, really rein in my drinking. Like I had another incident last week. So
those videos I've seen the past 4 weeks, are you down in New Connery's or AI?
Hang on a second. I was there for one time.
Just one?
I was there one time for the grand opening. There were a lot of videos, but I was there.
That was all from the one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I haven't been back there.
Oh.
I have not been back there. Oh, wait. After I had my colonoscopy in Brockport, I stopped there for a beer, but then came back to the east side.
Okay.
So I can't go out that far. Yes, but that's the.
I know you can't go out that far.
I can't.
The last time
It's
you
too
were with
fucking
me,
far.
gosh,
It's-
30 martinis. Manga. That's a night. You got to save up your pennies and dimes and then you Uber out there and give Dougie Fresh a call. And because I haven't been there yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have not. I haven't really. I didn't even. I mean, last night was just me and my kid, and then I had to take a midterm online. And
how'd that go?
I think. Well, I mean, right? You don't know.
Yeah.
Right until you do it. Of course, if it's online, it's open book for you to go back through your notes and things.
Are you supposed to or no?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can. I would think like any doctor that's worth their salt or any therapist that's worth their salt, they're going to research things to freshen up. Yeah. So I think you're not necessarily cheating. You either get it or you don't get it. And to me, when it's like that, if you don't get 100, you're kind of a dope. So let's see where I land on the idiot scale. I don't know. Let's go back because Doug did debut a limited time only Caribbean release of his beautiful body on the beach.
Turks and Caicos.
Yes.
My friend Mark and Tammy then got married. This was a destination wedding. First one I ever been on. And we had to go from Rochester, Miami into Turks, which I believe is owned by the British government. And, you need your passport and a pen and why am I here? And then we were there first. We rented an Airbnb. There was 5 of us. And we had the GPS, but no address. We're like, we're on Grand Island, Laney. And the guy's like, this is the old. It wasn't a Jamaican accent, but something similar to that. And what's the closest bar? Yeah. Danny Boys, very clever.
Yeah.
So we went there. We're waiting for everybody to come in. $8 a Coors Light, then tax, which was $12 government, 9% in-house. So $9, $10 a beer. And then, okay, we know where the house is. There's a little Wegmans or whatever up the street. We'll go get some drinks. And everything's imported. How much for a case of Miller Lite?
Well, you told me.
I did?
Yeah.
$73.
Okay, I was going to say 75, so I'm wrong.
Yes.
But go back to the prices at the bar.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I know what the prices are when I buy things. At a bar.
It's different from what you're used to in Rochester. Coors Light's usually $3 or $4.
Because
if you're at a higher end bar, maybe $5.
Okay, so I drink
Guinness. That's usually $6.57.
Oh, it's usually $8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't poured it in a while, so that was when I worked at Johnny's.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe a little more.
So this is like, because I'm thinking it's for me, I always think it's $8, but I'll tell you, like, I've gone on some tears in recent times where I have left and I close out and I go, holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's $150 to what the fuck? What the fuck? So I go, I gotta, no.
Yeah.
That's no play. But so
we got the house. It was 2 pools in the back. Everybody had their own room. It's beautiful. We went out later that night, sang karaoke, Danny Boys, getting our feet wet. Of course, I had the crowd going.
Yeah, of course.
And then Thursday.
You're on stage, buddy.
I'm on stage. Yeah, there's video of it somewhere. Thursday, we go to the beach.
Okay.
Crystal blue water.
Yeah.
That's when I got burned. But you're having fun. You're not thinking about it. You put the sunscreen on.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of sun.
Yeah.
And you're out in the ocean and
well, it's reflecting off the water.
Reflecting off the water.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people also don't think of that when they ski and stuff on a nice day.
Right.
You'll get it.
Right.
I do only because I've had a lot of skin cancer issues.
Yeah.
And they're bad. They can be very bad. Allegedly, there was a melanoma. One doctor said, my original doctor was like, you got to get in right away. And the guy who took it out goes, because it's almost too small to tell. Her thought was, if we let this go to the point where it would be the size we would normally take out and test, it would be too late. She's like, it's too close to your sinuses. It's too close to everything. So since then, I live in a little bit of paranoia of the sun, which I love the sun.
Right.
I fucking love it. Sometimes I have to wear big, stupid hats and,
throw on a little sunscreen.
Well, the other thing is I want to be here.
Right.
I want to be here. I have a lot left to do.
I will say this at the end of, I was going to say to the end, I just thought about it. Once you go to some place like that, you're like, I got to save up and go other places. I'm missing out on the world.
Yeah, sure. I think that's a great, man, fuck.
There was 2 main bars. It was Castaways, Danny Boys. There's some restaurants. It was very nice. obviously expensive. Everybody got along in the house, coffee and breakfast. Friday, we walked down to a place called Hemingway's. They had a welcome party, Tammy and Mark, and everybody got dressed up. That's where some of the pictures were, and that was open bar. So, you're taking advantage of that and boozing. And then I was taking pictures because if you don't,
right. Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't see anybody taking pictures. And everybody's catching up and how you doing? How's your room? How's this? How's that? But if you don't do it, then
you're right. I mean, that's a really true thing because I
think I had over 100 pictures that night. Okay, we're gonna go on 1, 3, click one more, boom, thank you. And I would just move around, put people together, the brothers and their mom, the bride and groom.
Those are nice things to have and look back on because I think of all the times like I've been together with my whole family and how we didn't take pictures. And when I look back at some of the pictures that were taken at places, and even if I thought they were dumb at the moment, like, I'm like, God, fucking get a camera into my face.
Right. You sound like my brother-in-laws.
Yeah.
They hate getting pictures.
No, but I mean, like there was one where I'm asleep on a couch, all curled up. Somebody snaps a photo and it kind of wakes me up. And I go, what the fuck? And now I look at it and I go, that actually was kind of cool because you were exhausted from a great time and who gives a shit?
Absolutely.
And you're happy to have that memory. And to your point, when my parents' house burned down, that's the stuff that meant the most that they lost. The other shit could be replaced.
Yes.
But those were the things that could not be replaced.
I go on my laptop every now and then and I will just go through, and this is usually after a night of drinking, I'm just listening to some music, and I will just start going through folders of folders of folders, everything I've downloaded and just the great memories.
Yeah. So overall, good time.
Yes. There was nothing. Everybody had a great time. That was the welcome party. Saturday was the wedding.
Yeah.
And Mark asked me to shuttle everybody from wherever they were.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the rent-a-car, the shuttle bus. Now, your steering wheel's on the other side.
Yeah, that's a tough thing.
And you're driving on the other side of the road. And I am fucking hung over.
Oh.
Yeah. And at one point he turns to me, he goes, "You going to be able to do that?" I go, "I'm not going to remember any of this." It was first thing in the morning, 10 o'clock. I'm like, we'll make it work. But you know what? GPS worked fine.
Yeah.
I had everybody's phone number.
Sure.
I did hit the curb a few times because you're on the left-hand side.
The other
and
side.
you see somebody coming
right.
and you think they're fucking hammered.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're bopping.
Yeah.
Speed bumps everywhere.
Yeah.
I took one about 40 miles per hour. Everybody jumped up in the in the van. Had to slow down a little bit after that.
Yeah. You figured it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Roundabouts, no lights. It's all roundabouts. And they're down there. There's people that drive like assholes. In fact, my buddy Bobby had the other caravan. He flew by me and I'm giving them the finger, motherfucking him to death. And they're videotaping me, giving away.
It's
the wedding was on the beach.
Okay.
They rented this huge 4-tier house. If you saw the pictures, absolutely beautiful. Then we went up for cocktail hour on the top floor. I didn't drink. And then it was jerk chicken, steak, lobster tail, open bar. Yeah.
Good time.
Yes.
All right.
And then just drove everybody home now he only wanted me to take a couple trips, 2 coming in, 2 coming out.
All right.
So I enjoyed myself. DJ was great. It was fun. Beautiful. And then now this is a story I told my parents. The next day we get a shuttle bus down there.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark's like, come to the house. We got all this leftover food, all this leftover drinks. And we boozed all day in the pool. I mean, there was the bar, the canopy, then the in-ground pool. So everyone walked behind there to get even a water. Let's go. You're a new bartender. Fill them up. What? Doesn't matter. Just mix something. So let me go. This is Sunday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday, we're at the airport, and my friend Nancy, who I've not talked to in 5 years, texts me, "Did you make it home Sunday?" I'm like, "Sunday?" I'm like, I don't know why how did you know I'm in Turks? And I'm not leaving Sunday. I'm leaving today. She goes, "You called me for my ride because our Uber rider was named Nancy." So I'm looking, I go, "Hey, does anybody remember me calling Nancy from Rochester?" They're like, "Oh yeah, you wanted her to come down and drive everybody." And Bennett, that's his name. he got mad at me. He goes, "You fucking called the wrong Nancy. Now we have no way home." And then somebody comes and goes, "Nancy's here," and he was like, "Okay, let's go." So, a whole bunch of drinking fun in the sun, and watch the U.S. win the gold.
Yeah, sure.
We were at a bar,
good time
doing that. Yeah, so everybody had a wonderful time.
Well deserved. You look refreshed.
Something like that.
You're feeling good.
It's a game changer.
Yeah,
you get a vibe for life.
Pep in your step, man.
You do.
Some vitamin D.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
sunshine. Yeah. And then you get out there and you're socializing and how important that is.
Yep.
Yeah. All that shit. All right. We will take a moment. I'll talk to you about a doctor. There's a doctor.
Hey, Dr. Vinny Bobats. You know my doctor? He's a weird doctor.
Yeah, well, this guy.
Yeah.
He lost his license. This one it's interesting. But we'll get into that right after this.
Good afternoon, you lucky dogs. We are in Fairport, Pittsford, Penfield area. You got the one, the only, the hip-shaking, money-making Tower Power Man of the Hour, 24/7, Dougie Fresh. Next to me on my right, the man, the myth, the legend, 6'2", eyes of blue. Men wanna be him, ladies adore him. The Admiral of the Airwaves, the Poindexter Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your hands and feet inside the car till the ride comes to a complete stop for Mr. Bill Moran.
Wow, look at Dougie. Even getting a post on that one.
Yeah.
A little instrumental there. That's pretty good. So when did you leave for Turks and Caicos?
Last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday.
And I didn't get back till the following Wednesday.
Yeah.
We were in an airport for 36 hours.
Ugh, God,
yeah.
Well,
connecting flight.
delayed out weather.
The communications. So we could either stay in Miami and wait there or go to Washington, take our chances while Washington was closer. So did that. And then they couldn't get us there. So they put us up in a room. We had standby the next morning at 10 a.m. We didn't make that. So we had to wait for our 10 o'clock flight. So
10 p.m.?
10 p.m., 12 hours.
Whoa.
So we played a deck of cards. Me and my friend played gin all day.
All right.
And to his credit, he beat me 22 games to 7. I couldn't believe I'd never been so fucking mad. Like, I'm not getting, when you don't have cards, a night of cards with friends, you're like, the cards just weren't with me tonight.
Yeah.
When you're losing 12 hours straight, that's just a little, and you're late and you're just sitting there.
It sucks.
And it did. So we finally got home and then,
yeah.
that was it. You just got to roll with the punches. Stuff like that you can't control. They want control. And you're on the plane and people are complaining. I know they're going to make us stay here and we're going to do this. My friend did that. Right. And at one point I just wanted to stand up. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
You are not helping this situation.
Be an adult for a second.
Exactly.
It's, just, it's hard though, right?
If you knew what was going to happen, you wouldn't have got on this plane. And I don't want to hear it. I'm stuck too.
Yeah. That's a good point. While you were having all that fun, I had a colonoscopy on Friday that you were gone. And it was the weirdest thing ever because
you never had a finger up your ass before.
Well, this isn't a finger, but this is a whole camera.
Ooh,
yeah, they go deep.
Can I have a wallet size?
So I went out. I didn't realize that there's a strong west. So now when you get
a strong west, what's that mean?
That's it's the hospital. Strong. Strong west. Okay. So I had no idea. So now my doctor said to me, "Hey, you're a little bit overdue. I'm going to put a thing in and they'll call you, answer it because they don't call back. And you got to be, if you're going to get in, you got to do this." Well, they don't call anymore. They text you. Okay. So they text you a date. And I'm just assuming it's over by me, right? Well, I've had my last colonoscopy and it is not. So I don't find out until I say to somebody, "Hey, I need a ride." And then they go, "Where am I going?" And I look down and I go, "Oh my God, Strong West is in Brockport."
Oh,
yeah. So that was not my intention. I don't know. I could
no, because I've Ubered in Brockport. I'm trying to think if I've ever picked up anybody. I know Unity Care out there, but
yeah. So this is Strong West. So whatever. So I figured
that's a good friend.
Well, I got a ride out, and then Kevin from the podcast picked me up and took me back.
Did they put you under?
Well, they sort of. So here's the thing:
is
like
Guinness and
I
blow in your ear and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna take some pictures." And you're like, "Okay."
I took a lot of. I do the prep, right, which is like Ducalax, Miralax, all this stuff, and
you clean out your system.
Well, it's not really cleaning out the way I thought it would. And then that morning, you're going a lot. And I get there and I'm still going. And the nurse says to me, "What color is the liquid that's coming out of you?" And I go, "It's still a little brown." She's like, "They may not want to do this." And I'm like, "Okay." So the guy's in there and they're moving me, Doug. They're physically like asking me to shift and do all this stuff. And so but I'm listening. And then there's like, I swear to God, one of the nurses doing handstands on my abdomen to try to manipulate my colon so he can get the camera up and in there. And then at one point, I'm awake, I'm watching the screen. He's like power washing it because it's just water coming out.
You were laying down?
Yeah, you go in a bed and they bring you in, your
so
IV
you're
up.
were you on your back?
You're on your side.
You're on your side.
Yeah.
Where
You've never
she...
had one?
No.
Oh. Whoa.
Listen.
Oh.
Listen, don't tell me about Ozempic. I won't tell you about, hey, my life, my body. That was a whole big thing. So was she standing on your abdomen? You're on your side?
I'm on my side, and they're trying to manipulate him around, but he's going, have her push, so it's like pushing down. And
because you said stand. I didn't know how serious
she's like standing there pushing.
Oh, okay.
And I'm saying handstand because it's like, they're going hard and they're apologizing to me and they're telling me what a trooper I am for this. And then I hear the doctor.
Did you get a lollipop at the end?
The doctor goes, which that sounded so funny, right? Like a child. And then doc goes, hey, up the pain meds because he's running in. He's like hitting the side of my abdomen and all this. So
what did he find up there? Gold watch or Rolex?
He found a remote from 1987 and a controller from the old Nintendo system I had as a kid.
Coleco?
It's like I'm going. There was a checker, a piece of chess. What the fuck's going on here? So
I think we found your problem.
The weird part with the world we live in today, and I'll take this to another direction in the next segment that we talk, but it was strange because then you get the results now on your My Chart.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a week later, and I'm a little bothered by everything going on. They removed 2 polyps. I had 2 polyps 3 years ago. I had 2 polyps again. My grandfather, my maternal grandfather, my mom's dad, died of colon cancer, really prostate, colon, something in there. Never had this, wouldn't have anybody go up his ass, period, and died at 69 years old.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you got a little bit of a family history. We're seeing more and more young people. I think because they were famous people that people were recognized and go, oh my God, 48 years old, 47 years old, 43 years old is very young to be dying of colorectal cancer. I don't think they were recommending people get exams until you were in your 50s. So they send so yesterday I get the notice and I'm with my son and we had to go to a specific store. So we're out at a mall I'm not that familiar with. And we buy this thing.
Malls, there's only 2 left.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Eastview.
Well, Eastview, I know.
In Greece.
Yeah, well, I don't know Greece. The mall itself, inside. I knew,
right.
BTB, but that's about it. So we buy that, and while I'm in the store, I get a text, test results, and you get an email and a notification from My Chart on the app. So I'm like, oh, cool. And I go, this must be the prostate stuff. So now I finally, it's not working in the store. So now I'm starting to get a little bothered because there's test results. What am I going to know? And this is where our over communication is not good, because back in the day, you would get a note from your doctor, right? Saying, hey, here's what's going on.
Mr. Moran, yes, we just want to let you know everything came back negative.
Right.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Now I've got the pathology report that I can't understand.
Right.
And I'm in Greece in the parking lot and about half hour from where I live. And I'm with my son, who is, I think we're attuned to the point where he can kind of nonverbal communication, realize that there's something that's bothering me. And I'm reading through the thing and I see the word lesion. Now, I have a friend of whose wife just died. Did the funeral and all this. It was terrible. I saw him and he told me She had a cough. So there's Billy Broomfield. I've talked about this on the podcast. She had a cough, 52 years old, 53 years old. Went to the doctor, wasn't going away, and found out that she had cancer pretty much everywhere in her body and had no idea and was dead within 6 weeks.
Wow.
But that was just now, like just now. And so you kind of see the word lesion, you go, what the fuck? So I'm driving home and I'm quiet. My son's like, you're right. I go, oh yeah. No, I'm good. And I'm thinking, if this is something, I don't want to say anything to him. And, how can I secretly do treatments? I don't want to rock his world. And, he lives with me and blah, 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 and all this shit. So then I go home and I'm driving, Doug, and I start to go, like somatic. You ever hear like something like you start thinking about it? So then, you watch a doctor show and somebody has pancreatitis, and all of a sudden you're going, God damn, my side's fucking, you know what I mean? It's a somatic thing. It's your mind.
Only when I watch porn, I'm like, gosh damn, I got a hard on too, just like this guy. is that the right? Is that like it? That's all I can.
But like somatic things, or they would call it psychosomatic. Used to be the term. I think it's a lot. Other people don't say that as much anymore, but it's somatically. So I'm thinking, I go, man, now my ass is starting to even my ass will start to hurt a little bit.
Right.
And then I realize it's about a 50-degree day, and I still have the heated seat on high. So I go, okay, all right, let me calm down here. But I noticed that as I'm driving, and I'm starting to think, holy fuck, now that must be it. That must be the cancer coming out. I don't know what it is in my ass. So I go home, and I had not been going to the bathroom exactly correctly. Not correctly, I can't say that.
Because you had all this shit in your system.
Yeah, but dude, it's been a fucking week. I haven't really
takes longer to get out.
A bowel movement really well, right? Until today. Oh, I should have fucking rope. But not that you like that talk.
Right.
So
I will tell you really quickly, a few months ago, I had to take somebody to, what do you call it? The
colonoscopy.
Yeah. And he was going to the doctor. He goes, I haven't pooped in a while.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know what it is. And they go, you know what? Go to KFC, eat some garbage. I go, do you ever go to fast food? He goes, no. I go, get a greasy hamburger, get some greasy chicken, and see if that helps.
Or take some fucking fiber.
Or something like that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So so now I go home and I'm kind of a little bit out of my mind. And I go, man, I don't know what this is. Now, all this information, it's the pathology report. And now you have access to it, and you have no education on how to read this goddamn thing. So I put it in. I go, AI.
Gonna save everybody.
Copy the thing, throw it in there, and it comes back with, "You're fine."
Yeah.
Hey, join the club of people who've had things.
Cut and paste, put in AI, and please tell me this.
I just say put this.
What does this mean?
Put this in language I can understand.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. And then boom. And basically they go, Bill, you have now joined the club of people who have had polyps removed and are fine. Had you waited 8 to 15 years, you may have had a problem. And so I go, oh, okay, this is great. And then it breaks it down. This one means it had they were both really, really tiny, and they were both one was a very common polyp that is precancerous but slow growing. The other one is could be a little more aggressive, but still another 5 to 15, and had jagged edges. But nope, they got it all, and you're fine.
Jagged edges, huh?
Yeah. And so then today I get a thing from the doctor, and it says,
"Pay your bill."
No. Oh, well, let me tell you something. I will say this: health insurance. You got to get the fucking health insurance. And that's a tough one. And that is why I do another job. And I said to where I'm working, I go, they're like, well, and I go, I don't care about your money. And I know that sounds really, really shitty of me to say. I don't need your money. I need the health care that you have. And it's great health care. So I'm like, fuck, man, I'll do whatever you want. So, so basically it's like, hey, they were both benign. You're fine. Blah, blah, blah. And I go, why doesn't that just come?
Right.
Not the other thing. Because I got to think, we live in a world now where you just
you're 53.
4.
54.
Yes.
Now, what about somebody 74,
right,
84.
Yeah.
They're going to try to get it on their phone. They can't even get pictures of the grandkids, most of them, or they try to get it in their email, and then they got to call Susie to come over and blow it up. And then, I feel sorry for that, When
was the last time you went to a doctor? Honestly,
I don't want to say it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Now, there are many.
I am actively, not really. I am looking for a doctor.
Whatever.
I did just get New York State health insurance.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
I kept hearing commercials. My friends my age were bugging me. So I signed up.
Yes.
I have it.
Good.
Finding a doctor. I have a couple leads. I just haven't followed up.
Yeah, that's fine.
But if anything happens, car accident, anything, I've got the thing in my pocket.
So the only reason I bring that up is a lot of men don't live as long as women, especially men.
That's because they drive us to the grave.
Well, they could.
Yeah.
I saw an old Bobby Slayton bit that I texted him about the other day because he's mentioned in the Epstein files. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. He's mentioned in the Epstein files, just as in one of them, he says something basically as, I'd love to go to dinner with you and Woody Allen, but I'm on my way to the shithole of comedy, Rochester, New York. And it's in the fucking Epstein files. It's so fucking funny. I was dying. But then I was showing my kid a piece of my kid's laughing his ass off. And I go, this material from almost 25 years ago holds up today. And it's a lot of what marriage and what he's talking about. But most married guys for sure live longer because they have a wife nagging them or pushing them politely to go to the doctor and be checked out. You don't. I don't really anymore. I'm on top of it. I got kids. I want to be here. I got a lot of shit I feel like I need to accomplish before I leave the planet. But here's a story that I think would discourage many men from going to the doctor.
Oh,
yeah.
Malpractice.
Well, there's a guy, general practitioner. He has had his medical license suspended after multiple male patients accused him of sexual misconduct during exams. Let me go into what these men are claiming that this doctor did. And then I have a lot of questions, but we'll start with this. According to the petition, this guy, Dr. Gurgis, is accused of watching a patient ejaculate in order to provide a semen sample.
He watches it.
I've never heard of that. Usually they send you to okay. Grabbing a patient's penis during a prostate exam. So he's got a finger up his ass and he does that. Telling a patient he needed to wait, listen to this. Now, I need you for a moment, okay? I don't need you to act this out.
Okay.
I just need you to put yourself. You're in a doctor's office.
Yes.
Doug. You're in a doctor's office. They've asked you to get down. You're in the gown. You can keep your underwear on and you can keep your socks on. You look very sexy. And he comes in and says, I need to perform a stretch test, and then grabs your penis and starts tugging it back and forth. What do you, are you questioning this?
Because, are you going to make a balloon animal out of this? Am I in the right place? I didn't think this was clown college here.
But the thing is, like, we don't know, just like the pathology.
I know.
Report.
I haven't been to a doctor in 40 years. I know. I haven't even seen anything like that.
No.
Or heard about it.
No, but
this doesn't come in and start
pulling. This is why the guy, right, exactly. But my point is this, just like the pathology report where I go, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what all this means. I think you're half naked on a table and the person with the white coat is the authority, so you don't really question it.
Right.
But that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like he starts yanking you back and forth, spending approximately 10 minutes on a genital examination.
I don't think I have 10 minutes of junk to look over. 5 minutes, yeah. When she had 7.5 minutes, I think that's done. I did have a rectal exam once, but it was really weird. And he goes, "You might feel some pressure." I go, "Yeah." I go, "But why are both your hands on my shoulders?"
Thank you. Thank you. Hold that thought for a second, because another thing this guy's accused of is using more than one finger to perform a rectal and prostate examination. Let me really get in there. Yeah. I mean, wow. Then failing to tell some patients He was about to insert his finger into their rectum.
I had that happen. It was
Like,
weird, but I
whoa!
was at my dentist.
This won't hurt a bit. We've numbed you up. Failing to wear gloves during genital and/or prostate exams.
Now that's just common sense.
Well,
You're not going to put a glove on a stick.
Unless he's going in later. Hey, Doc, I hope you're not a nail biter.
When
Yeah.
it goes down with whipped cream, I think there's something wrong.
In December, according to the petition, he was found to be grossly unprofessional conduct. And I go, that is the most corporate way to describe. I mean, that phrase is doing a lot of PR work, because you say to me, he was grossly unprofessional conduct. I go, what? Did he wear Crocs into surgery? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like, he stuck 2 fingers in your asshole and goes, hey.
And you know, how many reports does it take for him to get looked at? How
Bro.
long do they go on?
Okay.
And how long does it take to evaluate?
Started at being a doctor in 2008. This just happened in 2025.
That's 17 years, right?
Yeah.
2025, 2026, well, whatever.
Oh,
15, 16 years, yeah. So,
It's a long
and
time.
who's the first one that's going to blow the whistle?
I don't know. This is my point.
Right.
And like, we trust doctors because you've got the lab coat, you're the authority.
Right.
And I'm like, holy crap. Yeah. I mean,
even if you Google what to expect during a prostate exam,
well, even,
you know,
yeah, right.
because everybody usually have 7 shots of tequila before they bend over.
But I mean, even some clear communication. I'm going into the rectal exam now,
Mhm.
right?
Did they put you under? I thought you were going to tell me that somebody was under.
No.
They do that though.
For what? Rectal exams?
Well,
for the
camera.
The colon.
Yes.
They can.
They
No,
can
I
put
was numbed up,
Yeah.
but somewhat lucid.
Num.
But yeah, I mean,
I would want to be out,
Well-
but I'd want somebody I know in the room.
I
I mean, you don't want to take advantage of this.
no, I don't think you're in much danger, because there's a lot of cameras that they can all see. This is a private practice where, go in for a physical, and I don't think in New York State, I don't know what the laws are, but I don't think they do prostate exams and physicals anymore. However, this is another state. I don't know what their rules
okay.
are. You understand?
What state was it?
It was Indiana.
Oh,
And go ahead.
they just Gary, Indiana. That was a Music Man. They're getting the Bears.
I know, but that transparency reduces drama. Saying I'm about to enter your ass, lets you know. I mean, you would do that politely if you had somebody over to the house.
Yeah, at least a glass of wine. Let's play doctor. Go to a whole new level. Playing doctor.
I just,
No Nurse Ratchet. Just
well, anytime a medical exam uses the word stretch test, that's not a medical exam. That's creative writing. That is not what somebody
just
does.
starts pulling on your penis.
Well, and that's the thing. But I go, we mistake authority for legitimacy, because he's the doctor. So I'm going to go and take you, for example. Just, you've said, I haven't been there in a while. You go in, we got new procedures now.
Right.
We're going to do a stretch test.
Grab your crank and see how far it goes across the room. Bend over, and everybody's going to pick a finger. Like, yeah.
Oh, God.
My ride's downstairs.
Well, the other thing is, like, if you have to override your gut because of somebody's credentials, that's submission. You know what I mean? It really
Well,
is.
I have to meet a few doctors, see who I like, who I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
So
I think the other thing is, I think what you just said, okay, because I don't think I've ever really done that. I've had the same doctor since my 20s.
that's good.
Yeah, it is.
If you're comfortable with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think, like, shopping and being the consumer is really important, because it's you, and you want to have the best for you, and you want somebody you can be honest with and comfortable with,
Right.
which is not always easy, because, I just had the physical, and he goes, how many drinks do you have a week? Is it still the 2 to 3 beers a week? And I stayed silent for a while. And he goes, what is this?
Right.
And
you're not going to get sent to your room for crying out loud.
And I go, and he goes, is it more? Is it other things besides beer? What do we? I said, he goes, wine. I said, yeah. Yeah, probably. He goes, so what are we talking? 3 beers, 2 glasses of wine? Like he's filling
Well,
it
am I
in.
looking to bang you or not? I mean, if I'm just a beer at home or if I'm out trying to get you into your drawers, then I'm going to load you up on shots and Guinness. And I'm going to take you home and probably a Bloody Mary in the morning because you're so fat I had to roll you out of bed and explain it to my son. So what do you want, Doc?
So he said, so I go, yeah, that sounds good. And then I start going in my head, shit, when Jimmy Fallon was in town, I drank 2026, according to that math. I mean, it's fucking unbelievable. All right, we'll take a moment.
So what was your final answer?
For what?
For drinking. When
I stayed with the three beers and 2.
So you lied to your doctor?
Yes.
So
yes,
you're not supposed to. You just said you're supposed to be honest and have a good rapport and be able to talk, and it's all about trust. And then you go in the next time and you're like, my God, I'm sorry, Bill, Mr. Moran, your test came back on your liver. And you told me you only had 3 or 4 a week. This looks like you've been drinking a case of beer a day for the past 30 years. Like, wait a minute. Did I tell you that? Or my mailman?
I thought you meant 5 or 6 cases a week. I didn't. All right, we'll take a moment. Loneliness. Loneliness,
Why
Dougie.
would you bring this up?
For real?
I don't know.
I just happened to read this article.
Okay, and you thought of me.
I did not.
Oh, good.
I did not, but I thought it'd be an interesting discussion with you.
Okay.
We'll get to that right after this.
Right after this. Dougie Fresh in the house. Route number 3 here at Meadowville.
At Meadowville.
In Penfield, Pittsford, wherever the fuck I am.
You don't even know.
I got a great...
That's how I feel like when I go to the West Side. I don't know. I don't know my way around out there, and it has nothing to do with just familiarity. I went to St. John Fisher, and I'm not from here, so I just stayed on this side of town.
Absolutely.
And I'm always glad I did.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. What were you going to say? You had a thought. I saw a thought. I don't know. There was a thought bubble.
Well, people getting out, trying new restaurants, things like that. They're a little more familiar. Me, I'm just, maybe I'm more familiar because I Uber all the time.
Yes. Yeah. And mostly on the West Side or everywhere?
No, anywhere.
Okay.
Anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
That one time I left here, I picked up a ride and we went all the way to Seneca Niagara Casino. I told you about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Little ride.
Yep.
Nice day.
Nice day.
There you go. We talked. I wanted to talk about loneliness. I saw an article.
Go ahead.
Don't make fun of me.
I won't.
I saw an article in Psychology Today, and it talked about.
There's a magazine called Psychology Today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is.
There used to be a magazine for everything.
Yes.
Yes.
Things are mostly online now, but they've been
Yes.
around for probably I don't know 50 years, 60.
Mm-hmm.
And the article argues that
They
loneliness.
have the Sigmund Freud pinup girl in a straight jacket, no tits, just sorry.
That loneliness is a lot of times I think that people say, and maybe even diagnosed as an individual failure. Go join a gym, start going to a church, download
right out of the gate. Individual failure.
Well, I think that's how it's diagnosed. I'm not saying that that's what
really.
That's not what it is. And this article, by the way, argues against that. The article says that's not true. But download a friend app, go to therapy, try harder. And this person writes, but what if loneliness isn't about personal effort at all? Because, and I didn't know this, the U.S. Surgeon General has labeled loneliness a public health crisis. Now, I can just tell you, just in terms of, it sounds ridiculous, right? A little bit. I swear to God, my mom is thriving because she has a strong social network. She's out doing things all the time. She's preparing to teach classes at Bard College in the fall. She's got some other group. She's part of some meditation thing. She's like, she has a coffee group. My dad fucking did nothing. I went to visit him in Jersey when he was living down there, and Doug, we did nothing.
Right.
We went to the diner 3 times a day. That was the big outing. Like nothing. And this was just at the onset of Parkinson's for him. Like he, there was still the ability, but he was doing nothing. And I go, wow, what a difference.
Yes.
So that's
I can
what I
relate to that.
And I think that's why the U.S. Surgeon General is saying, yeah, it is I didn't realize it was a public health crisis, but chronic loneliness is linked to depression, heart disease, and increased mortality. But most of the stuff focuses on the individual as you just need to get better social skills. And this person who is a trained psychologist goes, that ain't fucking it. That's not the answer. And here's the thing. She started to write an article on studying BDSM groups.
BDMS.
BDSM.
Is it a
what do you think?
It's like a barber shop quartet where you get together and you sing. Oh my darling, spank my ass a little harder. Stick
Bondage,
your finger.
bondage, discipline,
Yes,
sadism, and masochism.
yes. My ex-girlfriend was in the S&Ms.
Okay, so this
salesman and mechanics.
This woman, this woman writes that she found something surprising. Not just the sex culture, but structured, recurring, face-to-face interaction, and not even like of a sexual nature. She said these people were actually making lasting relationships in this offshoot kink group that was helping them. And she said to the point where if people had mechanical problems, someone from the group was helping them, making job suggestions, loaning money, just having a network.
Yes.
Just having a network. And I think of that often. I go, you got to kind of have a network of people. You need to be active in the network of friends and things like that. It's a reciprocal thing. But how do you make friends? You make friends by, just think about this. The people who have come, even as an adult, let's say it's somebody that you see every week when you're bartending, right? And it's a guy about your age, maybe divorced, single himself, and you guys start talking. And the more you talk, the more he starts to reveal about himself. And then you start revealing things about yourself. And that's how you make a fucking friend. And I go, and this person's saying there isn't that anymore. And I have said for a fucking long time on this podcast now that I think one of the worst things about the pandemic was work from home. Only because, is it more convenient? Fuck yeah. Does it save you maybe some money? Probably, because you're not driving, every day. But what do you miss out on? You miss out on friendships. You miss out on mentors. You may even miss out on romantic relationships that sometimes come out of work, but not always. But at least those other two. You know what I mean? And how many people have you worked with over the years that you no longer work with, but you're still friends with?
That one I have to think about. Actually, my first manager, Kenny Shoes, Kirk and Donna.
Yeah.
I just called him on the way here.
Yeah.
That'll be off work next few days. Come over and help me with the house. But that's been 1988, so that's coming on almost 40 years and 3 years.
Yeah. And that started as a work relationship.
Yes, that's the longest one. But I'll tell you this, I think I've told this before. There was a bus trip when I was working Windjammers, and they all came back in the bus, and somebody left this big Russian babushka furry hat. And I put it on my head, and I started doing Rodney Dangerfield in Russian. I know wife cheats on me. Every time I come home, parents says, quick, out the window. So Mark, the guy that just got married, is listening, laughing his ass off, and we started hanging out. He goes, dude, you just sound just like my grandparents. Let's have a drink in a couple of days. Let's go over here. And I mean, just instantly bonded. Yeah. Like that. And then we got to know each other. And he goes, I didn't know how to take you. Sometimes you're this, sometimes you're that. And then getting to know me, he's like, I get it now, especially working there.
Yeah.
So, and I was telling that story at the wedding, Turks and Caicos. I go, that hat was a game changer. Sure. If that hat wasn't here, 10 years later, I'm at his wedding on this beautiful beach with all these beautiful people.
But if you
that's the beauty of life.
But the other thing is, had you not built and had the confidence to build the breast cancer thing, that wouldn't have happened either. Right. So that was the opportunity to be face to face with people. You've built a community that supports your efforts to do that.
Yes.
That's how you make friendships. And I'm not trying to get all preachy and shit, but I was shocked that the U.S. Surgeon General goes, it's a chronic health problem.
Well, I don't want to get emotional, but my mom, I always, you have some friends, you can go out for lunches. She never wanted to do that. I'm like, kind of gotta get out. And
you do, because it does
a little bit once a month.
Yes.
But she never watched. She went watch TV, smoking at home, the dog there, and just So, and that's some people don't like to go out. Some people don't want to interact. Some it's just not everybody can be like me, obviously.
No,
but somewhere on that, somebody that's miserable all the time compared to me that's I would think mostly happy all the time. Although I have my moments, but telling jokes, there's somewhere in between that you can find your happiness. And, it's not going to bars. You can go to a Red Wing game by yourself, an Amherst game by yourself, go to movies by yourself.
Right.
Just even to get out there just to see other people.
A lot of times when you're
the library, I mean, just think about, take a ride to Niagara Falls, go to the casino, just new restaurant, new lunch place, coffee shop.
I used to make fun of like bowling leagues and things. And I always go, it's the only sport that you can get better at while eating nachos and drinking beer. You know what I mean? It's the only sport.
I was in a bowling league for a lot of years. A lot of fun.
A lot of friendships. A lot of connection. Made you feel good. You looked forward to something.
Yes.
Right? Now we've replaced
then I was
it.
Like, finally, I can't do this anymore. I'm getting too drunk every week.
Okay, but whatever.
Don't drink. I'm like, well, why would I bowl?
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
But it was fun.
Yes, it was.
I got it. And that's what I'm saying. And we've replaced that with scrolling on our fucking phone.
Absolutely.
Looking at shit that we can't achieve, jealous of somebody else, making up conversations in our head. And I go, yeah, I fucking get this. And I think it's a bigger problem. But
I think the scrolling on the phone and Facebook and Instagram is
it's not
Snapchat. It's
not terrible.
No, well, yes and no. There's pros and cons, everything. Yeah. So if you post something and somebody likes you, somebody's in your circle now. So somebody's noticing me, even just a like, that you're not home all alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yes, if I post something,
I think
I might get more likes. But there's a few people that I knew are bitchy, and being not sneaky, but I'm like, let me look at this. And they have a dozen posts and nobody's liking them, or they have one thumbs up. And I'm like, it's so sad. What is this person? No wonder they're so miserable and sad. But that's from working in the bars, and you wonder about people, and you're like,
sure.
Because people are like, what is her story? I'm like, I don't think you want to know that. Or, what's his story? I'm like, I don't really want to say that to them because I don't know them that well. You know what I mean? They might want to hit on them or have a drink with them. What do you think? I'm like, I don't take it from me. I'll find out for myself and then I'll relay it to you. And the closer you're in, if I'm out with a stranger or somebody asks me about somebody, I don't know. But if you ask me, because we're friends, I'd be like, they're fucking nuts. don't even engage. Don't even look over because it's a nightmare.
Right.
They're gonna latch on like a pit bull and yeah.
But I want you to also think about this, people. And I'm very important. Let me just look at the camera here. This is such a crisis that the U.S. Surgeon General has come out to talk about it, and loneliness increases your mortality. So I want you to remember this: that annoying motherfucker at work that has talked nonstop about his fantasy football league has kept you alive. You lonely fuck.
When we go off there, I'm going to show you something I got last night.
Oh,
yeah. I can't put it on air.
Bend over.
Yeah, I know.
That's
loneliness.
Right.
It's a tough.
Well, I'm seeing that, and I don't even mean to make like light of it, but we optimize convenience because of the pandemic and things now. But we've lost that thing. You're avoiding traffic, but you're also avoiding hallway conversations. People not going out. For the first time, I think in maybe ever, the liquor industry has taken a percentage hit in terms of people not buying or selling. Not just, I'm not even just saying bars, Doug. I mean, like the liquor.
They have reasons for that the younger crowds are doing gummies or edibles, and I don't have to go to a bar. I can just pop this and sit at home and be numb or high for 2 hours and not drink. Right. And that's, where there are liquor companies. Somebody said Jim Beam's going under because of all the tariffs and they're not coming into U.S. anymore. I'm like, well, I just saw this report. There's 7,000 whiskey companies,
Right.
And at the bar, you're selling the same 7.
Right.
And that's why some are going under. They're not trying as much. Now you go to bigger cities like Miami and Atlanta, they have tequila bars, bourbon bars. And there are a few people that come in and try different bourbons, but we only have 6 or 7. So where are the other 7,000 selling, across the nation? And then if you don't sell, you got to fold up.
It's right. But we don't, I think a lot of times,
and even my drinking, I'm sorry, but I mean, the older people used to go out for happy hour after work and then go home. That's dwindled. That's gone.
Yeah.
The day before Thanksgiving where everybody went out and partied because everybody's got the day off after, that's gone down. It was used to be the Friday before Christmas was top 4 day to drink, but that's when everybody got their Christmas bonus and would go spend a little bit, drink, and then go home. That's gone. There's no more Kodak bonuses.
Well,
stuff like that, or big companies, factories.
And I understand it too, because I think another factor in there that that we're not really addressing is the laws, right? For drinking and driving. They've gotten much stricter over the years and much more expensive. And so maybe some.
Oh, absolutely.
So maybe some people have gone like, well, I can't go. Here would be my point.
You can Uber.
Yes, 100%.
If you're not Ubering, and that's a save. If even $40 there, $40.
It ain't $6,000 on the lawyer.
It is 6. You're talking 10 to 12 minimum.
Yeah,
and then getting this thing in your car, you have to blow into every time.
Right, and you got to pay for that.
You got to pay for that, and your classes, and to go through the road test.
That's
all over again.
Yeah, I thought the whole thing was. I've gone, not me personally, but I have been through it with someone, and I know I just know what the lawyer costs, and then all the additional things after that. But I would say on the other side, there's also lots of studies that come out now that say drinking is, so bad, and even just one, and it leads to cancer and all. There's a lot of studies. There's a lot of things. And by the way, whether these studies are legit or not, I haven't looked into them, but I hear people saying them on social media where most of us are getting our information and not double checking it. Just like the doctor that was given the stretch test because he's got a lab coat. We go, well, I don't fucking know. Maybe he's right. My point is, you kind of question these things. And even if it is, you know what, young people, your fucking liver's fine. Go out and meet and talk and don't do this. And because it was all third-party places where you met and made friends, bowling leagues, hobbies, churches, right? All those things are down. Why are churches down? Well, probably because the Catholic Church did a wonderful job of PR on how they just fucked over everybody. Right. And so I think a lot of people were turned off by that.
Absolutely.
And I'm not just saying the Catholic Church. I think churches in general, every faith is down, but you could still go and meet people there. And those are the things that I think.
Well, I think one of the things is, the pedophiles or whatever, you hear the stories about taking my kid there. And then your parents make you go there for 20 years. And then you get out of the house and you're like, I'm not going to church. And there's so much to the point you don't want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I did this for 20 years. I'm good.
Yeah. No, I know.
My parents made me.
Yes.
And that's the thing. They made me.
But I'll tell you what, like, dude, going back to school, right, for grad school and being one of the oldest, if not now the oldest, I'm not sure, in there has been a.
Are you spanking your erasers?
No, I told you off air how hard this has been for me, not academically, but just
learning.
Yes, it's not even the learning, Doug. It's the
learning
fact
what you're going through.
No, it's learning how what went on, right? And I also for intergenerational trauma and all that stuff, and how you carried it forward, and the damage that you did to the people that you brought to the planet. It's like it had. I had to just like back away for a brief minute and then go, oh God, I'm fucking losing here. I got to get back in the race. You know what I mean? Because I was falling behind on stuff, and it wasn't like I was still going to the classes and things, but man, it fucked me up. And I think that, just being around other people that are also in the same boat, realizing it's a shared human experience, whatever you're in, everybody's sort of feeling the same way. And just because I think in my life, and probably yours as well, you are always like, the message, whether it was really worded this way or not, was everybody's got problems. Nobody wants to hear yours. So you put on a face and you just go about your life, and people say, how are you? You go, great. We're fine. Hey, how's it going? Good.
Yes.
And you don't say anything.
Right.
And
I'll say something to the right person when the time is right.
Right.
But also having a good listener. Like some people just start spewing stuff on me and I don't say anything.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe you're listening. I'm like, sometimes you just need a good listener.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'll listen.
Bring it on, baby.
But I'm not changing your world.
No.
I don't have all the answers. You just got to release that steam.
Yes, you do. Because otherwise,
you're going to explode.
You got it. And I don't know. I'm like, we say things like the new term that is often used is self-care. Take care of yourself, go to the gym, do these things.
I haven't heard that.
But it might help you cope with things, but it's the infrastructure of a third-party place. It doesn't have to be a bar. It could be a club or a hobby.
Many.
There is, but here's the weird part is like a lot of these things are just sort of online and we're a little turned off by it.
Get your haircut online? That's a perfect place.
Yeah.
Hey,
good point, dude. Really good point. I'm just saying that I think that
there's options. And if it's up to you to use those options or not.
Right.
And it's the same way with losing weight, quit smoking, quit drinking. If you want to, go on vacation, if you want to stop gambling and do something different.
Right.
I mean, I was down there and I do gamble a lot. And I'm like, gosh, I'm wasting what I could go to a cruise or something. So some new, just to get out, even by myself.
Do they still do things like singles cruises?
I think so, but I've heard it's a sausage fest or it's all guys or, I don't know if they even it out.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But what about like, I'm hearing like there's more singles outings because people are sick of even like the online dating because you're kind of fishing from the same pool. And by that, I mean,
you see the same pictures on all of them.
Well, here's what because I'm not saying that there aren't more single people out there. Those are the brave ones to put themselves out there. It takes some moxie to do that. I think I really do because you face rejection and judgment.
Yeah.
And it's not
That's
even
not fun.
No. Right. Just that feeling. It just in terms of I go, that's a little fucked up. Mm-hmm. So I think they're starting to do things where you get to actually talk with people.
Well, I'll tell you, somebody liked me on one of the dating sites. This is within the last 2 weeks. I saw your Robbies. You were really funny. I go, oh, thanks a lot. I go, at least we're past the point whether I have a good sense of humor or not. Right. Yeah. She's like, yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm like, well, I'm going to this wedding, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk when we get back. She goes, I'm leaving. And I think I text her from the airport or on the app. I said, hey, I'm having a great time. I'm going back to Rochester. I'm just stuck at the airport. Hope you're having a good time too. And then she deleted me for whatever reason. I'm like, I'm funny. You thought I was cute. You reached out to me.
Maybe she went out with somebody and goes, oh, I really like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
It's just shit like that.
Well, that's got to feel like it's a you thing.
Absolutely.
But I don't think it is. And you gotta.
Was I supposed to wait till I got back?
You gotta. It's hard, right? How do you do that? I don't fucking know.
Then people complain that nobody communicates, and I'm trying to communicate, and then you ghost me. I'm like, okay, just some.
Go out to the bars. Just go out to the bars.
Go to bars? Why?
Go to the bars. Not you. I'm just saying, like, people in general.
No, don't go out to the bars. The only bars that are hopping right now are everything. Everybody knows Fairport is booming.
Yeah.
With Iron Smoke and all the places around there. And that's where all the young, hot women are. So if you want to go people watching.
Yes, and your liver's fine. Your soul needs a fucking sponsor.
Well, not according to you. You lie to your doctor. My liver's fine. Just ask my doctor. Bill, he only drinks 3 times a year.
Speaking of comedy, how did it go at Robbie's?
It went great.
Awesome.
And actually, my next one is going to be, and I think I can promote this.
All right.
You're going to do a fundraiser at, let me get in this page right here. It should just pop up. Yep. It's a comedy night for Michael. Am I pronouncing that right? Bonanno?
Sure looks like Bonanno.
Bonanno III, fighting leukemia. Full night of comedy and music. This is March 28th.
And where's that going to be?
It's going to be at the Italian American Club on Buffalo Road.
Oh, that's a nice space in there. I've been in there for an
March
event
28th,
before. That's nice.
You can look at I'm going to post this. I'll even share it right now.
Good.
And it says it's $45 a ticket. You got 6 comics, including myself: Joey Bruno, Ralph Tetta, Greg Owens, Vinny Paulino, D-Lo, Dan Brown, and myself, Doug Phelps.
I think you got it. That's a nice crew. That's
Yeah.
I
think
really
I'm doing
honestly
15 minutes.
good.
And
Everybody there is very fun.
I did a little more.
Really funny group.
I did my act, and then I ended with a couple old jokes, and that went over well for Robbie's. So I have a new. I heard a new joke on that I never heard before.
Wow.
I want to tell you. So
Okay.
this husband and wife are struggling to pay the bills. They got no money, so they decide that the wife, is going to be a prostitute. She goes, I don't know how to do. What do I do? Well, I'll drop you outside a bar, and I'll hide around the corner, and I'll just take care of you, make sure everything goes right. She goes, well, what should I charge? And he goes, $100 a lay. She goes, okay. So he leaves. Guy walks up and he goes, so you turned the trick? She goes, yeah. How much? $100. He goes, I only got $30. I'll be right back. So she goes around the corner and talks to her. This guy's only got $30. Just give him a hand job. Okay. So she goes back. She goes, for $30, I'll give you a hand job. He goes, okay. So they go in his car and he pulls his dick out, and it's the biggest, hugest cock she's ever seen. And her eyes light up. And she goes, I'll be right back. So she goes back to her husband and says, hey, can you lend this guy $70?
Oh, Dougie Fresh. I think on that one, we'll take it out on that.
All right.
We'll take it out on that. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy. You're looking good. Yes.
Come on, baby.
We're rocking. We're rolling. We're
That's
making
right.
things happen.
Making it happen.
Life is a beautiful thing, kids. Get out there and get some sunshine and, make it happen.
That's
Experience new things.
That's right.
Yeah.
And find Dougie Phelps.
Yeah.
Brighten your day.
Absolutely.
I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you next time.